Bum 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 bum. So how are you, Mike Littlefinger?
I'm doing all right, Matt Snow. So I'd ask you what you know, but I see you know nothing.
I do know nothing, and I know that. Well, you know that chaos is a ladder.
I do know, and we do know that Rob has no idea what's going on, hence why he's Rob Middlefinger. So
yeah, well, fuck
exactly.
Rob.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening or what the hell you two are going to be talking about.
Well, don't worry, you don't need to be included in this. Me and Mike just want to do a nice recap of Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 9, and maybe just a tiny little sprinkle of the Season 5. So.
Yeah, so
Season 5, you said?
Yeah,
Season 5, man.
Okay.
So you got a lot of catch-up to do?
A lot of catching up. And, Rob, I think you would like this show, by the way. It just has a lot of plotting, a lot of death in, like, horrible ways.
Yeah, but isn't it like playing Dragon Age?
Yeah, and you liked Dragon Age.
Yeah, but I already had my fill.
All right,
we're gonna definitely lose you now when we start talking about this episode. So this is our first installment of Masters in the Moment, and we will have the caveat there are spoilers. So if you haven't watched yesterday's episode yet,
super spoilers.
I guess you could turn this off.
So you're gonna spoil like 50 episodes for me?
Pretty much, but so Matt, I think the first point to make is probably the more depressing part of the episode, which obviously involves Stannis, but before I ask you your thoughts, I do have to share some thoughts about Davos, the Onion Knight. And I do want to say this: he's probably the shittiest hand of the king of all time.
But that's because he has no hand.
Well, that's what I mean. First of all, he's the hand of the king, and he has no fingers.
Yeah.
So how the fuck is he a hand?
But you know he's like my second favorite character, and you know that for years now.
No, I know that, but think of this, okay?
Okay.
He's supposed to be the king's trusted advisor and counsel and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. He knew that, what's her name, Shireen? He knew she was going to get ganked.
No, right? He didn't, and that's the thing. No, he's dumb, but he's naive, and he was dumb with that. I'll explain, why I think that.
Dude, Stevie Wonder saw that one coming, okay?
Look, he isn't the sharpest knife in the shed as he could see that he couldn't read.
Are you saying that Stevie Wonder isn't sharp?
Listen, let's not start with, people that can't see and Rob, all right?
I have nothing against the blind.
I know you don't.
It's just Daredevil, that's all.
Yeah.
It would have been funny if you got LeVar Burton to teach him how to read, too. And they had, a little dent in it.
Yeah, come on, dude. It has nothing to do with him being dumb. It has to do with him not having the balls to do something.
No, because I think he didn't know. He really didn't know, man. I mean, he's stupid for that. Come on, even when he told him my family when Stannis said my family stays with me, and he's given that stupid look he has, that stuffed shit look that he has.
See, this is the right? Put yourself towards him, and you feel like you kind of know what he's going through.
Hey, wait, I lost you guys. What did you just say?
I don't even know.
It cut out. It cut out.
No, I don't understand.
No, it cut out too. That's why I said Mike. So
don't say my name. So I don't understand how you think he didn't know that was coming.
He didn't know that was coming. I'm telling you right now, he was stupid enough to fall for Stannis' trap.
Do me a favor. When you're on the train tomorrow morning, ask 5 people on the train if they thought that he knew it was coming, and I could guarantee you at least 4.
Look, I don't want to get too much into this, but the thing is that you got to look at it like this. He saved what was Robert's bastard that he saved in the previous season that Davos saved from being burned at the stake?
Yeah.
Not Nedry, Gendry, right? He saved him, but I think he really believes in Stannis wholeheartedly, that he's like a decent human being, and I bet you $5 that after this, that Davos is done with Stannis. I bet he's either going to try and kill him, or he's going to be like, "You're no king of mine," because he loved Shireen, and even there was that one part where it's like he was upset because he was talking to her and he gave her the little stag, and he said that I wish it was my son that taught me how to read, and I was feeling that one. I was like, that's sad, man. And then this idiot fucking burns her.
And how the hell did he even carve that stag and he has no fingers?
He could have held it like this and then, carved it like with another knife. Or he could have got a guy that he's under. He's the hand of the king. He can go get someone to do it for him.
Yeah, but he said that he did it himself, so he's full of shit.
Okay, maybe he was bullshitting her, but he still cared about her.
Come on, there's no way he was able to use his nubs to carve that for her.
To be honest, do you feel like Shireen was actually the smartest kid in the North and like the most decent? Because everybody's like a fanatical asshole up there.
Well, she was the one who was saying to, find the middle ground and don't pick a side.
Well, that was what I was saying. When she told the story of the dance with the dragon, she's like, oh, well, picking a side was the problem. And then her stupid father's just looking at her like, I'm going to burn you. And I'm like, you fucking asshole, Especially that they've been building him up all season to be like a half-decent human being.
I thought it was a question.
What? Yeah.
So... on the train coming home today, I saw I think somebody was watching Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And I saw, I'm pretty sure of it, I saw it looked like a war, like a gladiator scene or like a, what the hell is that called? Like the Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Yeah. And that there was a dragon that came out. Is this what the hell you guys are talking about? Because I have no idea what the hell you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the same. We're going to get up to that. This is just the first part of this the episode.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think there's much that we could really say other than, her burning at the stake was one of the most depressing things that we've ever seen in our lives.
Honestly, it was one of the most horrible things. Like, I can't watch that. Like, her screaming was just fucking horrible, dude. But I wanted to make one quick observation that I thought was interesting. And, you know how, like I said, with, like, stories like The Last of Us, how it's always, without spoiling that, but how it's always about, like, you protect your own instead of the greater good. This is the one time that it showed, like, what happens when you think that you're doing the greater good, but, like, you don't protect your own. It was really horrible when you think about it,
Yeah, no, he was really committed to that path, so...
I mean, and people were bringing up, because people were getting pissed off that, like, how could they do that? But then someone brought up, what was it, Agamemnon in Greek mythology. He kills his daughter to win a war. And then, what's his name, Abraham in the Bible. Like, it's interesting how the parallels that he's making with the show, with his story and with, like, mythology and religion and stuff.
I also like that Stannis grew a hardcore beard within, like, a week.
It's like in The Witcher when you just meditate and you get a freaking giant beard all of a sudden. But
Yeah,
it's like he... Oh, sorry.
No, he didn't look so much like Jason Statham this time around.
Yeah, and it just it goes to show that he's basically as cold as the White Walkers now. Like, he's just... I mean, he's going to win the Iron Throne. He'll be up there, and he killed his daughter. Like, it's like that whole, like, what does a man, gain when he gains the world but loses his soul? It's like he's soulless now, It's like no one's going to go for this motherfucker now. So.
Well, I still think the Onion Knight really let everyone down, so.
Give him a chance. He'll redeem himself.
So the second point I wanted to make is that I'm really sick and tired of this Jaime and Bronn thing being like something out of Disney with Prince of Persia.
Oh, that's fucking great. That's what I wanted to get on next with you. First of all, did you not think that kid, what was it, the Prince, was going to make Bronn fight the big guy with the big bald guy? Like, remember when he says, I have one condition because Bronn punched the Prince?
Yeah, no, I figured it was going to delve into a big fight, not just like an elbow to the face.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, you want soup? And then all of a sudden they're down the hallway, and he's like, how's the soup? And they kind of do, from Batman with Michael Keaton.
But I like how, it's somewhere in the middle of in the show they remembered that the guy who plays Bronn used to be a pop singer, so now they have him singing all the time.
That one fucking song. So now there's only 3 songs that everybody sings in the kingdom. It's the Dornishman's Wife, the Bear and the Maiden Fair, and freaking the Rains of Castamere. That's all anybody knows. So
well, there was no radio at the time, so...
Oh, there was more songs, though. I mean, they could kind of make up, freaking Tolkien had a song on every other page. That's why that got fucking boring after a while.
Yeah, I bet all of them knew the lyrics better than you know any of the lyrics, Matt. For any song.
Fuck you, Rob.
Middle finger.
Now, so, before we get into the last part and start wrapping it up, what did you think of the whole thing with Arya? Not the cat, my cat,
Well, you know what the funny thing is that I had this moment where, you see the guy come off the boat, and I was watching it with Tiffany, and we both just kind of looked at each other and shrugged because we couldn't remember who the fuck that guy even was.
Did they show it in the recap or anything? In the beginning of the episode?
They barely touched on it.
They probably showed him turn around hey, and then they just cut to another thing.
Yeah, I ended up going to the Wikipedia page, and I didn't realize this guy's been around since the first season.
Yeah, I remember him just because, I rewatched the season, so I kind of remember who he was.
And then I assumed he was a jack-off when, he goes to the whorehouse and he asks for, the 10-year-old girl. So.
Dude, that was hard. Honestly, this show sometimes pulls some shit that I'm I can't, because when he started saying too old, and I'm come on, dude. And then all of a sudden, fucking, the girl comes out, and I'm Arya, please stab the shit out of this fuck. And of course, she doesn't do it, lies to Jack, and I'm surprised he didn't smack her up the head. And then freaking, that was it. And I'm oh, we gotta wait till next week for this storyline?
Yeah, it's just something that I think because there's so many characters, which I think Rob is starting to get the sense of, but I couldn't...
I'm so confused.
I don't know if you're talking about an episode, a season, or a full series. I have no idea what you're saying.
Whatever. Anyway,
we're actually talking about all three, Rob.
Yeah, basically.
Well, maybe we should keep it on this episode that just happened.
No, we know we are.
What we're talking about.
We're just trying to.
Christ.
So there's
How
a lot
long
of shit
is this thing? Are they 5-hour episodes?
No, they're just an hour. Just whatever. Anyway, so I guess we covered every. Oh, the Jon Snow thing is that something bad's gonna happen at the wall with Jon Snow because everybody's looking at him with that shit, he just shit the bed look.
Yeah, everyone's got the evil anime look where they're just giving him the side eye. So.
And it's but the thing is, though, is that they know that he's right. That him bringing the wildlings there is a good thing. And they're all fucking so stupid and close-minded. And even when it was Alice at Dawn's you're a good guy that's going to get us all killed, it's no, idiot. This is what's going to save your ass. Because if that giant turns into a White Walker, they're all fucked, right? Did you see that meme where it's this guy turns into a White Walker, you guys are fucked?
Gerard Depardieu there.
He does look like Gerard Depardieu. Hey, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if it was him, just because, he's not doing anything right now.
I hope they throw in something with him just drinking wine all the time.
So, all right, so then we get to the big scene.
Okay.
The Spartacus scene, basically. Yeah, I was ripped right from Spartacus.
I was fully expecting Spartacus and Crixus to come running out to try to save Danny at the end.
If you notice something, and only you would notice this, is that if you looked at the Colosseum, you could tell there was CG people on the top. And I swear to God, I think they cut it from the fucking Stars show. And they just put it right up there, because you could see that they were just fake walking, and wait, those are CG people, dude.
It's like watching the crowd in a WWE video game where there's 8 people doing the same thing but in different parts.
But I thought it was a really cool scene. I liked everybody. I liked Dario. He's a pretty cool guy, and that was cool when he was showing him how the little guy is the one who can win against the big guy, and then the big guy just chops the other guy's head off.
Yeah, and so Matt, I've always said you reminded me of 2 people in the show, right? Davos, and who's the other one?
Who? Who's the other one?
Come on, the guy who was fighting in the
Jorah? Dude.
Yeah.
Jorah's got to get a fucking hint. I know it takes me a long time to, get a hint with a girl, but, dude, you are friends. You were banished twice. And she sees him, and he's, looking all desperate. It's dude, you got to give that shit up, man.
So, Rob, I think the best way to try to explain this whole relationship with Jorah and Daenerys, it's the look that Matt used to give me in Spanish class when he wanted me to talk to him, and he would just look at me longingly. This guy is basically fighting to the death in the pits to try to win her favor back. He does it once, and she's get the fuck out of here. He comes back and does it again, and she's basically doing the jerk-off motion the whole time, and every time he gets knocked down to the floor, rather than try to defend himself, he tries to make eye contact with the queen.
But... Well, anyway, the thing is, did you notice also that he fights remember when you said last season that Alistair Thorne and Tormund fought like old men? Dude, fucking Jorah was fighting like an old man. I was dude, come on, let's get a little bit of skill there. And then he started fighting the one guy with the sword that looks like my sword. And he they kept poking him and stabbing him. And what did you think of the whole thing when, he's on the floor and he's about to get killed, and they turn to Dany, and you have Tyrion telling him, don't do it. And freaking, what's his name? Lozar Hirak, or whatever his name was. telling him to kill Jorah. Did you not feel like that was a telltale moment?
Yeah, Jorah will remember this. And then let me tell you something, okay? So the big scene, which is the thing that Rob saw on the train with, Drogon showing up the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're completely surrounded by an enemy, right?
Okay.
They're easily outnumbered 5-1.
Okay.
Isn't that fair to say?
More than 5-1.
Okay. Everyone now stops to look at this dragon. You're telling me one person couldn't just come from behind and stab Daenerys?
Well, no, the thing that was dumb well, first of all, they were all stupidly, it's like the movie thing where they're stupidly transfixed by the dragon, even though that was cool when the dragon blew the fire and came through the fire. That was kind of cool. And the thing is that, yes, they were I think they were just stupefied, but the one part I had a problem with was when she's like about to pet Drogon and he's looking at her, and then finally someone stabs the goddamn fucking dragon. Like, wouldn't you be throwing 10,000 spears at it?
Well, he got hit with a couple of spears already at that point.
Did you see how many he didn't get hit with, dude? The thing's a giant dragon. You can't hit this fucking thing?
Yeah, but come on. You think they have enough strength to put a spear through a dragon from like 50 feet away?
No, they were missing him. I'm talking about they weren't even hitting the fucking dragon,
Yeah, but think about the angle and the torque that you have to throw that thing with.
They were right there. They were across the fucking room. But
look,
it was
they weren't,
cool. They
weren't doing their push-ups, okay?
I'll tell you one thing, though. It's like the special effects on the dragon was insane. That was really cool. When he was burning everybody, that was fucking awesome. The only thing was, though, is when they had Daenerys get on top of Drogon, and she starts riding, and they did a close-up of her, and it looked like the Never-Ending Story when... Remember in the Never-Ending Story when you just see the kid, and you could tell he's on a fake back? Like, that was a little weird,
Yeah, they clearly blew the budget just on the fucking 2 scenes of the dragon and the 3 scenes we got of direwolves. So.
Yeah, that pisses me off. You never see the direwolves, but the dragon, dude, like they couldn't put a fan in front of Daenerys so it looked like she was in the air. Like, come on, man.
Instead of just standing on a ladder.
Yeah. But
right,
overall,
let's try to wrap this thing up. Yeah.
All right. Well, just overall, I thought it was a very good episode. So. I give it 9 dragons out of 10.
9 dragons.
Do you have any predictions for the season finale?
Yes, I do. Mike, you want to go first?
I mean, I kind of know what's going to happen based on the book, so.
But do you think they're going to actually do it, though?
I mean, I feel like it's building up to that, so. Like, I don't want to say anything because my wife is nearby and I don't want to spoil it for her.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything either, but, I mean, if we get a chance to do this again, hopefully this becomes a big thing when we do with different shows and movies. We'll continue it.
Please stop.
Don't promise the world.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah we promise so much and we do none of it, so.
Well, we're doing something now, but I also know nothing.
Yeah, for people listening, if you look under his name card, it says he knows nothing. So I guess to close this, Rob, based on everything we just said, will you start watching the show?
Absolutely not.
Well, great. Well, thanks everyone for your time.
Thank you, everyone, and Valor Morghulis.